A fast, mean downhill linebacker with playoff bite just moved into our orbit at the exact moment when smart teams shape November football. And I'm here to connect the dots before the window slams shut. I'm bringing the full package, how this move upgrades our second-level speed without touching the heart of our defense. What the snap plan looks like on early downs. Why the cap hit works today and the extension math works tomorrow. And what the realistic price on the trade chart will be. So ride with me, because the reveal lands no Sato. No drama, exactly when the context is complete. Here's what I'm delivering in straight talk. We sharpen our edges against outside zone and boot. We protect the middle against a quick gain that's been baiting flats. We gain a blitzer who arrives with bad intentions. And we do it for a pick slot that keeps our draft board intact. Less than 2 weeks until Tuesday, November 4th at 4 p.m. ET. And this is the part of the calendar where leveraged live buyers want certainty, sellers want clarity, and the team with the cleanest fit wins. Our identity is set: pursuit, punch, and discipline. Tremaine Edmonds runs the middle with range and vision. TJ Edwards is the tone setter who swallows tackles and keeps the fits clean. And that third linebacker window has been the matchup chair special teams muscle. Rotational snaps, a little spy work when quarterbacks start dancing out of structure. That's where a targeted piece flips the math. I'm talking about a 24-year-old with championship pedigree who plays like the ball owes him money, long strider, run and hit temperament, a finisher who doesn't need an invitation to trigger downhill. The resume already has the moment that matters big stage. Bright lights, one read, one break. The ball going the other way for 6 in the postseason, and that tells me the nerves don't blink. The why now is simple. You buy traits before they explode, not after the league bids the price into the clouds. His story these past months is timing more than talent health back on track, a competitive room ahead of him, and situational snaps that hide the best version of what he does. That's where Chicago steps in. You give him early down clarity. You let him chase, and you let the tape be the contract negotiator. Fit is everything, and this fit is clean in a defense that lives in nickel but still needs a Sam Will profile to tear up runs, sprint to the alley, and punish screens before they form. You don't ask him to mirror slot receivers for a living. You ask him to erase cutbacks, ruin timing on perimeter throws, and force quarterbacks to bail from half-field reads before the route develops. That lets Edmonds live in his vision world and lets Edwards keep stacking clean run fits without having to cheat width. Put the newcomer as the knife, not the blanket. See ball? Go now. The row on day one is straightforward and valuable base downs against heavier looks. The seam to flat racer when offenses try to steal yards. The backside chaser who closes from the far hash like a closer off the bullpen. Week over week, you fold in the spy call against mobile quarterbacks, sprinkle in a pressure or two that looks identical to your creepers, and tap him as a special teams hammer who can swing hidden yards. That versatility is how you build a playoff profile without announcing it on the wire. The business is the best part. Final year of a rookie deal means a friendly cap number that barely nudges the ledger, and that gives Chicago the freedom to test the fit without handcuffing 2026 decisions. If the arrow points north, you extend at a price that respects the role and rewards the impact. If the tape says depth and teens, you walk in March with minimal sunk costs. For a contender-level unit, that is textbook roster economics. So what's the price on the phone? Late day 3 is where these deals get done, often with a conditional kicker tied to snap count or team performance. Why would the current team talk? Depth chart congestion, the risk of watching him leave in free agency for nothing, and an understanding that not every good player gets the snaps he deserves in a crowded room. Chicago offers a clear lane, meaningful downs on a defense with standards, and a chance for the player to reset his market 10 games to show it, then a conversation that makes sense for both sides. Let's talk football moments because fans feel plays, not spreadsheets. This player triggers with urgency, finishes with pop, and arrives on blitzes with the kind of body lean that shortens the quarterback's clock without telegraphing pressure. He's not the matchup eraser for every tight end hit fluidity. It's an elite in coverage. Awareness can drift when routes stack, but if you keep him pointed at the ball and ask him to attack, the traits translate. That's how you lift the violence index of your Sundays without blowing up what already works. And this isn't just about today's practice script. Down the stretch, bodies get tight, roles get squeezed, and game plans get cleaner. Instead of duct tape, you want fresh legs who read fast and hit faster. A young catalyst on a cheap number who thrives in early down. Clarity is exactly how December football tilts one possession at a time. Layer on the special teams value, and you've protected your floor while threatening your ceiling. The timeline matters because the market hardens as the clock melts. Calls get sharper, prices find their level, and the team that can onboard fast is the team that wins the deadline. Chicago can onboard fast. The install is small. Run fits, base checks, pressure rules, and the special teams plan. That means real snaps without the lag, and by week 11 you're seeing the speed show up on the broadcast angle. I want you with me at this point because the picture is complete the row. The money, the price, the timeline, and now the name lands. The linebacker built for our city's appetite for contact. The burst we've been missing on the perimeter, the playoff DNA already on film. The age and contract align with our front office discipline. Christian Harris, Houston Texans. The move looks small on a transaction line, but it feels massive on 3rd and 2 at Soldier. Feel when the temperature drops and somebody has to win a gap right now. Before I close, I want your read in the comments. Would you flip a late pick or a conditional swap to bring Harris into this room today? Give him 10 games to prove the fit, and then let the tape decide the extension. Tell me how you deploy him in our packages base as the chaser, nickel spy against the movers. Targeted pressures on 2nd and long, because this channel lives on your football eyes. Not just mine, and I'm reading everything. My bottom line stays firm. Harris is the exact kind of deadline edition serious defenses buy cheap. Young, fast, and violent in the right ways. He cleans up the edges without touching our core. He protects us against the run schemes that stress width. And he gives the staff a tool they can deploy without tricking the rest of the puzzle. If the cost sits in late round territory and the medicals match the current practice tape, I pull the trigger, I put him on the field, and I let performance tell the next chapter. Drop your take below. Share this with the diehards who want substance over noise. Tap in to keep the alerts on and stay here with me when the Bears move. You'll hear it first, with clarity, context, and what it really means for wins in Chicago.